Good evening and welcome to the Congo Hour. I pray that this was the best week of your life. And as always, we have a fun and exciting show. I am super excited because we have Dr. Gordon and one of his staff members, Lisa, to come on to talk about Obamacare, which is the news of the country right now. So we wanted them to come on so they can explain to you exactly what Obamacare is. We have a beautiful young lady by the name of Tanisha who has a business called T Styling Studio, who is now here in our fair city of Wilmington, Delaware on Tatnall Street. And she has a grand opening that she would like to invite all of our viewers out to come to. And then we also have Patty Nash from the Red Clay Consolidated School District, along with Ugundi Jacobs from Before and After Entertainment, to talk about an exciting event that will take place at Rodney Square, and where they're going to be bringing Bow Wow. So you want to make sure that you don't change the channel. I know that the games are on, but this is more important right now. So stay tuned till at least 9 o'clock. So, with no further ado, welcome Dr. Gordon and Lisa to the Congo Hour.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, it's definitely my pleasure. So, what part do you play in the Obamacare?
Boy, that's a loaded question. First of all, as an advocate, I'm just really excited as a person of color, as a physician, to see what this Health Care Act, the Affordable Care Act, which is the same as Obamacare, what it means to our community and what it means to this country. So from that perspective, just really excited. And then secondly, we've been very fortunate to partner with the state, to be invited to be a part of providing marketplace guides, and Lisa is director of that service. And so what we are able to do through the office and with the marketplace guides is to go out in the community and explain what this Health Care Act is all about, and to help people better understand how to sign up.
Okay. Now, Lisa, is there a particular place that people need to go to, or can they log on to their computers at home and sign up?
All of the above.
Okay.
I mean, it's really a true outreach effort where we're going out into the community. On our website on brandywinewomen'shealth.com, you can go on and see our calendar of the events that we are in the city. We also have social media where we're on Facebook and Twitter. We have phone banks where we're open until 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. So we're really penetrating the city and getting out, and not only the city, actually the whole state of Delaware. This weekend we were at homecoming events, we were at laundromats. I mean, there were a wide spectrum of places that we're going, because that's where consumers are, and that's where we are.
So what is the feedback that you're receiving from those who did not have insurance who are now signing up?
Excited. I know, as you know, there's been some hurdles, I'll put it that way, with enrollment, but the fact that there is the opportunity now has come to pass. People are really excited, and actually we're hoping to have we're expecting our first true enrollment this week, where we'll be able to get through the system and do the actual enrollment. But it's been widely embraced from the people that we talk to. Of course, you see on the national news, you see, differing opinions, but people in need of this, the time has come.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of natural curiosity too, because it has not been fully explained, I think, to the general public. And so a lot of people, and thanks to our Republican brethren who really increased the interest, thinking that they were going to make it worse for people getting online and if anything, trying to retract or repeal the entire act. But because of the attention that they afforded it with all of this mess down in Washington, it really increased the amount of curiosity. So there were like 8 million people, I think, the first day that attempted to get online. Sometimes up to 250,000 at a time, which was a part of the difficulty that people faced.
Right, so they weren't expecting all of this
they
to
were
happen,
not.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
A lot of demand,
Yes.
which we take as a positive.
Yes, without a doubt.
so the hours of operation to the, what is it called, the Brandywine
Brandywine Women's Health
Women's
Association.
Health Association.
Marketplace guides, correct.
What are the hours that people can call?
8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. 302-658-8565, and we're at brandywinewomenshealth.com.
Okay, and there's no charge for them to.
No charge.
Not
It's
at
a
all.
service,
Okay.
a service that we're
Yes.
providing through the state.
Yes.
Okay, and your location.
We are located in the city of Wilmington on 18th Street.
611 West 18th Street.
Okay.
And everybody needs health care. Let's just make sure people understand that. I mean, oftentimes people tend to think that, well, I've done okay so far and nothing will happen to me. But as we all know, you're only one auto accident, one slip on the ice this winter, fracturing an ankle, and it can really lead to financial crisis. So if you don't have health insurance, if you're not happy with the plan that you already have, then you might shop for a better plan. If you're happy with what you have, then you can keep that. And that's the beauty, I think, of what's being offered by our president.
Most definitely.
And this is something that everyone has to have.
That's what I wanted to talk about. You have to have it. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about
Not
it.
optional.
Okay.
Now that kicks into gear later,
Okay.
but I think it's 2015 that is required?
Yeah, 2014.
14,
yeah.
I'm sorry,
Next year.
2014, yeah.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with businesses, 2015. But for the individual
Okay.
marketplace, next year.
Okay. All right. Now, Dr. Gordon,
Yes.
I would feel really bad if I had you come on and you not be able to promote your own practice. So,
Oh, well, thank you.
you've been in
Yes.
business for quite some time.
It's actually going to be my 30th anniversary in August of this coming year, so 2014. But the office is located at 611 West 18th Street. Our number is 302-658-3331. And it's a private practice for obstetrics and gynecology, but it's much more than that. I mean, we're an advocate for the community. We really believe strongly in health care and providing comprehensive services to our patients. There are 2 nurse practitioners who work with me. We have a wonderful staff, and everybody's committed to the family atmosphere that we try to provide. So it's been great. I've had a great run in Wilmington. I don't want to say it's coming to an end. I hope not, but after 30 years, who knows?
Okay.
But it's been great, and thank you for giving me a chance to mention that.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, thank you both so very much for coming on the show.
you.
And we'll have you back on again. Okay?
Love to.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to take a very quick break, and I will be back with my next guest.
12.
Well, welcome back. And ladies, you want to make sure that you call all your girlfriends, even if you're a gentleman watching, you want to make sure that you take the information so that you can send that special lady in your life to visit Tanisha at T Styling Studio. Welcome to the Congo Hour.
Thank you so much for having me here.
You
I
are
really appreciate
so
it.
welcome. My pleasure. How my hair look?
It's good.
Because
girl.
I've been teased, right? So let's talk about your new location.
Okay, I am now at 835 North Tatnall Street. I just moved from Delaware City to Wilmington. I'm actually from Philadelphia, so everything about this is a new experience for me.
Okay, so let's see, you've been at Delaware City and now you're at 835 North Tatnall Street.
835 North Tatnall Street.
And I
yes.
know your doors are like, I mean, every time I come in, you have someone new walking in the door just excited to have your hands touch their hair, so.
It has been a blessing. It's been an amazing journey to go from my studio in Delaware City to now this fantastic location in Wilmington.
Okay, and you have a grand opening coming up.
I do.
Let's talk about it.
The grand opening is next Saturday from 5 to 9. It's going to be held at the salon. I have an awesome event planner who's going to come and make sure that everything is over the top fabulous. So we're going to have a good time.
Even if you didn't have an event planner, I know it would be over the top. Because let me tell you, when you walk into the salon, it is so awesome. The one thing that I really like about your salon is the professionalism that you carry, as well as those that come get service. The conversation is always good. It's no baby mama drama.
No.
So I love how you maintain that.
I think professionalism in this industry is very important, and I think it kind of gets lost sometimes in doing hair. So that was one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I maintained in my business.
Okay, I love it. So what are your hours of operation?
The hours are from 10 to 6, Wednesday through Saturday. So if anyone's interested in making an appointment, you can give me a call.
So yeah, please call the number that's on the screen. Even though she's not there, I want you to flood her phone to get your appointment. So you better call now, leave a message, and she'll call you back, or one of her lovely personnel people will call to schedule an appointment with you. We don't have to talk about your prices right now, but I think that your prices are very reasonable considering how you come out looking. The other thing that I like is that you're not there for, I'm gonna say 5 hours waiting.
Oh no. One of the things that was very important to me was that I tried to make it an experience that a place that I would want to go and get my hair done. I mean, I've been, just like I'm sure you have, sitting with the cap on my head and wondering, when it was going to be my turn, and having somebody take somebody before me and all that kind of stuff. And that was just something that I wanted to make sure that I did not do. So I'm very, very conscious of time. And I won't eat. I will stand there and I will work until that last person is done.
I know. So there's no eating chicken while you're doing anybody's
no chicken.
hair.
We're not doing any of that. No.
Okay. So this Saturday,
Yes.
835 North Tatnall Street.
Yes.
What's the time?
The time is from 5 to 9. I would love for everyone to come just to, see the business, get an opportunity, to meet and talk to me. If you have hair questions or anything like that, we can talk about that as well. So it's really kind of just an open house, again, for me to kind of get my feet wet in the city of Wilmington, since I am from Philadelphia, so I don't really know anybody here.
So and the location, I think, is an awesome location. You're downtown, and I know that those that are in city officials really want to make sure that the city of Wilmington comes back to life. So bringing businesses like yours is very good. So I know you're going to do very well.
Thank you.
And thank you. Is there anything you wanted to get across before we close out?
Just that I hope everybody comes, and as I said, just to see the place. It's beautiful. We worked really, really hard on it, and again, just come and have a good time, and hopefully schedule some appointments.
All right. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So I'm going to take another quick break, and I will be back with Patty Nash and Ugundi Jacobs.
My strength is
Good evening and welcome to the Congo Hour. Welcome back to the Congo Hour. I am excited because there is a grand event that will be taking place this Saturday, October the 19th, at downtown at Rodney Square. And I have the two, I think they're the two people behind the scene that is pulling it all together. So welcome to the Congo Hour, Patty and Ugundi.
It's nice to be here.
Oh, thanks. So let's talk about what made you come up with the event. Like, how did it come about?
Well, I'm the producer of the EdTV channel.
Okay.
And we launched in January, and I feel that we're in a good place with content and the shows that we're presenting, but I felt that not enough people knew about it. So I wanted to come up with an idea on how to promote the channel.
Okay.
So at first I was thinking about a back-to-school concert, but then when the idea moved further along in the fall, I hit on the idea of a stay-in-school concert. And that really fit because the event just kept growing and growing, and it's become, I think, a lot bigger and a lot more important than EdTV. It's really become kind of a life of its own.
Okay, all right, and then you pulled in Mr. Jacobs to assist you?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. I knew enough to know I don't know enough about putting on a concert, so I needed an expert to help me out.
Okay. Oh, the expert.
Thank you for the kind words, and I'm excited to be a part of it. I believe it's going to be a wonderful day for the city of Wilmington and students of Newcastle County. We have an awesome power-packed day filled with a lot of fun and entertainment. So I'm looking forward to it.
So let's drop some names. I know Bow Wow is there. So I know all the teens and probably some of the mothers of the teens want to come to see Bow Wow. And you have another young lady that's going to be there?
Yes, well, as of, Bow Wow, he's a national host. He's an actor, rapper, and host of BET's 106 in Park. That's a afternoon music show that all the students pretty much run home and pay attention to. So in order to bring a lot of students out, we decided to bring someone who has that kind of excitement and buzz, and that will create the turnout for it. Along with Bow Wow, which will be hosting the event, is Jessica Lashaw. She's a rising singer who's from Delaware, who she went on a trip to New York, and on the subway, she played her instrument, and her video went viral.
Oh, wait, she was playing the guitar.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
yes.
Oh, now
Yes,
see, I'm glad
yes.
that you said that, because I saw it on Facebook or somewhere,
Yeah.
and I thought she was awesome, but I had
Yes.
no idea of her name.
Yes.
Over 1 million hits.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's a great writer.
Yes.
She's multi-talented. She's a
Okay.
dancer,
And
singer.
yes, poet. Yeah.
Wow.
So she'll
Yeah.
be joining the show along with rock alternative band by the name of Rivers Monroe. They're a rising group as well. So we have quite a few surprises in store. We don't want to
That's
let
right.
all the goodies out of the bag just yet.
Okay.
But we have quite a few motivational speakers, a lot of informational booths that's going to be providing some information on resources for students, in terms of staying in school and college funding, and just a whole lot of substance resources that's going to be on tap.
We're calling it a party with a purpose.
A party
Yes.
with a purpose.
Yes.
That's
I
right.
like that.
That's right.
I
And,
like
and
that.
you heard all about the party part, and the purpose is that we're not going to, we want the kids to have fun.
Right.
We do. We want the students to have fun, but we also would like them to go over to representatives of some of these agencies. Just give your cell phone number, and someone will text you later about a program that can help you finish high school, make up your credits, get financial aid. You can go to college. You can go to college. You can go to college.
Yes.
It's very true.
Yes.
Very true. I totally agree with that. So, is there a cost for this event?
It's free.
Free.
Yes.
Okay.
It
So
is free.
you're bringing Bow Wow and all of these upcoming people, and it's free.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a gift. This is really kind of a gift to the young people of Wilmington and Newcastle County from some of the leaders in the city, and it's a gift.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we know that studies have shown that through fun activities, students, they increase their ability to learn. So once they're excited or interested in a subject matter, they are easily more acceptive to what you're trying to teach them.
Very.
And this is just a way to bring fun and to encourage them to stay in school.
Okay.
Even though not all day long at school is going to be a fun situation. You're going to have to buckle down, get serious, and study, things of that nature. But we decided to have, Patty and Red Clay, launching Ed TV, decided to encourage them by having such an event like this.
Okay. So I know that it takes lots of monies to bring something like this to the city. So would I be wrong if I said could I invite those that may be watching who would like to give a monetary donation?
Yes, you certainly may.
Oh, okay. I can do that. So how would they go about?
Well, I would say that they can contact me. I'm at the Red Clay School District. My phone number is 302-552-3716.
So Alvin, if you would be kind and put the number on the screen, say the number one more time for Alvin.
302-552-3716.
Okay.
And we do have the support of the city and the city council and the mayor's office. And we have the support we have some other sponsors, Comcast, Delmarva Power, Hare's Potato Chips, ShopRite. We're trying to get as much free food as we can. We wanted to give the kids not only a free concert, but a free lunch.
Okay.
And that's what I mean. We really wanted to make this a gift.
Okay, I want to make sure we have the number right, 552-3716.
That's right.
Okay, so I want you to flood that number with calls to give
I like that.
a monetary donation to bring something. I mean, because you never know what child's life you'll be saving by just giving. I mean, I'm going to say, but I mean, whatever it is that you can give, to please, please, please give. Because we talk about it so much, and it's always in the news that our youth aren't doing positive things.
Right.
So I think this is a great event to show, and to those that may be troubled youth to come and make a decision to change their lives around.
That's right. That's right.
Well, another thing about Ed TV is it's run by all students.
Okay.
So they'll be producing shows, editing shows, and just on site, on location with different projects.
Okay.
So this is a way for students that may not be strictly book smart scholars. They may be able to use their active side,
Right.
their artistic side, and that separates a lot of folks. And that it actually is the backbone of America. You know, there's a lot of entrepreneurs and innovators that has built America up.
Very
So
true.
everyone may not be the complete scholar, but through the arts, they can build and be someone.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we have a communications center in one of our high schools, and that's where EdTV television studios are. And it's a classroom. I mean, that's where the kids are, and they're learning all aspects of television production and radio, and so it's a wonderful program.
Okay, all righty. Thank you so very much for coming on and
Thank
sharing.
you.
And I know that this weekend will be a great weekend. So if you would just recap real quickly for me the time.
It is Saturday, October 19th from noon to 4:30 in Rodney Square. Every high school in Newcastle County has tickets. Principals will be making announcements on how students can get their free tickets.
Okay, all right. Thank you both for coming on and sharing.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. Going to take a quick break, and I will be back with my favorite part of the show, Sammy's Corner. Good evening and welcome back to the Congo Hour. I thought that song from Marvin Sapp was so appropriate for this month. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well as Domestic Violence Month. And I know that there are people out there who have gone through both of those things, and somehow you have survived the storms of life. So that song was so appropriate, bringing us back to my favorite part of the show, which I thought we were going to have to turn the cameras on and focus over to Mr. Congo, Patty, and Ugandi having a discussion after the discussion. But Mr. Congo, I see you, would you go back home and change your tie so that we can coordinate
I
today?
sure did. You know, I was watching you earlier, and I had a blue tie on. And I said, gee, I want to look like Wayne. So I went on and got hooked up. Seriously, I want to, first of all, before I forget, I've got to have a shout out for my cousin. Her name is Rochelle. We call her Bootsy. And Bootsy's children gave her the most fantastic party last evening at my old school that I went to. It was called New London Avenue School.
Okay.
And it was interesting. We was waiting to get in. And even back then, it had a big, I guess it was brass or one of those metals. And I was reading it, but the thing that I guess stuck out the most, they said that this school was built for refugees.
Really?
Yes, they identified us, or the black kids, that it was an all-black school, but the way that they identified us was that this commission was for refugees, and so and this was after slavery.
Okay.
But we were identified as refugees. So if you have a chance to go down at the old, I guess it's still called the George Wilson Community Center.
Okay, yes.
You'll notice that there's a brass plaque, and on that plaque it identifies that the DuPont family paid for that school so that we could get educated.
I wish you would have taken a picture on your phone
I sure should have.
and brought it with you.
It was really interesting, the way, and this plaque was recently put together.
Okay.
But I'm sure that that message was a part of what we were identified back when that school was built as refugees here in America, where we had been for 200 years.
Right.
And so I guess it was a refugee commission or whatever you want to call that. But I was taken back because we have no clue, Wayna, of how we fit in America as black folk. We have no clue. We have no awareness, and we are in positions to do something about that today. But we choose not to do anything about it. It was very interesting. I've been following, this whole craziness that most of us in the black community are familiar with, and that's with the Valdepar deal, and Foxtail. And it was clear in my mind while listening back and forth and reading the different documents that there were 4 other activities going on at the same time that this was going on. And that's not what's important to me. The important part of it was that where I read that the policemen wouldn't sign up for the event because they thought it was hip hop.
One police officer.
One police officer did. And it was a tremendous effort on behalf of the mayor. The mayor did a fantastic job trying to make it work. Velda tried to make it work. And it got to be goofy because somebody created a monster out of it. But it wasn't the intention of robbing the city or to get away with free policemen or any of that. It was the confusion that was caused because these policemen in our city who protects our kids in our community did not want to work with our community. That's what that's all about. And
That's a good viewpoint, Mr. Sick.
How else can you look at it?
Because, it hasn't been portrayed that way, unfortunately.
No, it hasn't been.
So.
Velda does not need, nor her husband, need to flim-flam the city. The mayor does not need to get involved in that because he was the mayor. He had to make a decision based on the confusion that took place because these gentlemen, the 3 partners, had invested so much into this activity that was unfair for them to have to cancel that because our police officers did not find it valuable after we spend so much time talking about our involvement with the youth. I also noticed that there has to, in my opinion, there has to be a change in our charters or our policies. Do you know that policemen cannot volunteer their service to, let's say you and I had a block party for the kids. We didn't have any money, but we wanted a block party for the kids. If we did not have any money and we wanted to have police protection, we'd have to shut it down and if a couple policemen wanted to volunteer,
they couldn't volunteer.
They couldn't. Now that's what I understood.
Well, that's what I understood as well. So if we're wrong, then maybe someone can give us clarity.
I would hope that someone would call me and clear that up, because what I noticed was that was coming out. Now maybe I picked it up wrong.
No, that's what I took as well. I know that they're union, and I know that they can sign up at their own will to work overtime but get paid by the person that is having the event. And they're not forced to. I mean, they don't have to sign up if they don't want to. But I believe, like you believe, that they cannot volunteer their services at an event posing as a police officer or security.
That's what I picked up. So these are men that have committed themselves for the
Let's not leave the
protection.
women out. Men and women.
Let me tell you this. When I had my club down at the waterfront, 90% of the people, of the police officers that signed up were women. The men did not sign up to come down there to protect me as a private citizen and the citizens that were there, because even then that mentality was there because of who we were.
Okay. So, I mean, I've heard stories of this happening, and for some reason, and I don't want to say it's always us, but it seems to be always us that gets the short end of the deal for people not signing up for the events.
I think the one thing that we have to be honest in Wilmington and in America is to understand racism.
It's still alive.
And own up to it, and without us trying to be proper and say that. I mean, we have to create some sensitivities. I don't think that people are just naturally bad and hate one another. I think we have to learn to love one another through understanding.
Do you think that ever happened in your lifetime or even my lifetime?
I think that we can do anything that we really want to do. When the Russians put Sputnik on the moon before the Americans did,
Right.
America got together and put our man on the moon right after that.
Right.
So, we do what we want to do.
I totally agree with that.
And so I think that the educational gap that we have in Wilmington can be closed immediately. Starting with daycare. I think that daycare people have to be better prepared to educate our youth. I think that we have to send out a signal that we're going to educate our parents, and we have to educate the people who educate,
Right.
because they are not sensitive. And I was just telling Miss Patty Nash just how I felt about how our kids are getting educations other than through the school system. And they get PhD kind of education in the prisons. They get education in the streets because that's where they have to survive. Our systems have stigmatized our youth by when they get in trouble, they are not protected by our systems. And so they take plea bargains and all that. Some of those plea bargains are felonies.
And they shouldn't be.
And they shouldn't be. They lose their opportunities to vote. They lose their opportunities to be employed. They lose everything. So what do you do with a youth that has lost hope? How can you convince him that he should behave in a certain manner that people who in free America, where you're living great in beautiful homes and beautiful cars, beautiful jobs, and living very comfortable, and here's a kid that can't even get a job. How do you believe that he's going to behave the same as you do?
You can't.
He can't do that. So we have to change some systems and be honest. Put all the cards on the table. Face up. We don't want anything down there we don't see.
Right.
We put the cards on the table, face up, and talk about racism. And talk about how racism affects us all. Me, you, everybody. And how can we reduce the negative stigmatism that affects us as a people, and how we can at some time become a melting pot in America. Because we don't have a melting pot. We have nations in America that compete.
You sound like Congo for President 2016.
Right, right. But I'm very serious in terms of how much I care about Wilmington and this American country that we live in. And I love Delaware.
I know you
I love
do.
Wilmington. And Wilmington has been a friend. I have so many people that I think are my friends. And I enjoy waking up every day knowing that I'm going to interact and meet with them. But I understand the struggle because we're not honest about what's really affecting us. I look at city council, I look at the school systems, and the fact that this struggle that they have for honesty and all the things that we do because we can't be honest, because we want to survive and we want things to work for us. And if we become honest, see, at my age, I can take a few hits.
Right.
But for young folks to be honest is kind of dangerous because they may not be successful for saying things that I can say because Social Security take care of me.
That's true.
So I get all wound up, and I know you got a lot to do.
But no, I mean, as always, Mr. Congo, your wisdom, I mean, I don't know how long it takes you to come up with the things that you come up, but everything you say, I know I take into it. So I'm hoping that those that are watching, even the elected officials, maybe, hopefully that you will really take in what Mr. Congo said, and when you're up voting for something, don't just vote for or against something because you have an issue with one another, but be open and honest, as Mr. Congo says, and lay the cards on the table face up. Mr. C, before we end, I wanted to also congratulate Maria Matos and the LACC for an awesome event that they put on Friday night, and you and your beautiful wife were there in attendance. I thought it was very nice.
It was excellent. It was well done. It was just full of love and full of excitement, and I really, really enjoyed it. You know, before I get out of here, I want to talk about, you know, I saw Omni. Is that his name? Namni. Namni. I always call him Omni. His name
That's
Namni.
okay.
He did an excellent job in talking about we are the voice of the people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that once people understand that their role is the voice of the people and not their own voice,
That's right.
that they bring people along and ask people what they want instead of being a person who knows what other people want. I'm speaking for. They should be speaking with.
Right.
And once they get the idea out of their mind that they have to get the information from who they represent and develop that base more and more, work hard on working on that base, then we're going to be a better place to live.
I totally agree with you. What's that saying that you say in the meeting? He who knows.
He who knows not, but knows not that he knows not.
Right. That sounds like that. Huh?
Hey.
All right. So was that your closing remark?
That's the closing one.
Okay. Well, as always, thank you so very much for coming on Sammy's Corner. Going to take a very quick break, and I will be back with funeral announcements, birthday announcement, and 2 community news. Good evening and welcome back to the show. Now for our funeral announcements. Miss Bernita DuPont, age 51, departed this life October the 4th. Her funeral services were held on Friday, October the 11th at Ebenezer Baptist Church, and her burial took place in Silverbrook Cemetery. Mr. Kyle Johnson, age 18, departed this life September 24th. His funeral services were held Friday at Chippy Chapel, AUM Church. His burial was private. Miss Leela A. Knight, age 87, departed this life October the 5th. Her funeral services were held Saturday, October the 12th, at St. Paul UAME Church. Her burial took place in Grace Lawn Memorial Park. Mr. Anthony Bell, Mr. Anthony R. Bell, age 63, departed this life October 7th. His funeral services will be held 6 p.m. Monday, October the 14th at Cedars Church of Christ, 511 Green Bank Road. Viewing 4 to 5:45 p.m. only. His burial will take place 11 a.m. Tuesday, October the 15th in Gracelawn Memorial Park. Miss Sylvia Calloway, age 59, departed this life October the 4th. Her funeral services were held 10 a.m. Thursday at Abundant Life Christian Center. Her burial took place in Delaware Veterans Cemetery. Miss Barbara E. Green, age 81, departed this life October the 6th. Her funeral services will be held 11 a.m. Thursday, October 17th at Mount Joy United Methodist Church, 455 Townsend Street. Her viewing will be from 9 to 10:45 a.m. only, and her burial will take place in the Delaware Veterans Cemetery. Funeral services for Mr. Ozzie Custis, who departed this life on today, will be announced. Also, Mr. Charles Crawford, age 75, who departed this life October the 7th. His funeral services will be announced, along with funeral services for Robert Watson, age 61, who departed this life October the 10th. Miss Tanzania Briscoe Woody, affectionately called Baby, her funeral services will be announced. Miss Ruth Berry, age 82, her funeral services will be announced. Also, Linwood Medley, who departed this life on today's funeral services, will be announced. And as a way of birthday announcement, we want to say happy birthday to Miss Louise Brown. We have a picture of Miss Louise. She's the young lady on the right-hand side, and it's Sonny Bono's mother-in-law, and she's standing next to his mother, Miss Ruby. And I would definitely get in trouble if I didn't say happy birthday to my mother, Vicky, who celebrated her birthday on last Sunday, but unfortunately we weren't here for me to say happy birthday to her. Want to make sure that you get your tickets for Priest Hyer Productions play Miss Independent, which will be held at the DuPont Theater this Saturday and Sunday. For tickets, please call 762-4776. Once again, the number is 762-4776. And we want to say congratulations to Sonny Bono. He has a book that will be coming out. It's called A Champion In and Out of the Ring. And it says coming to a store near you, the Sonny Bono story. And this is the flyer for that. So we want to say congratulations to Sonny and best wishes on your book sale. Well, thank you so very much for tuning in this evening on the Congo Hour. I hope that you enjoyed the show. If you have any questions about our funeral announcements, please give us a call at 652-8887, or you can visit us at www.congofuneralhome.com. And please make sure you stay tuned for our friend Norman Oliver from Community Crossfire. And I pray that this week is the best week of your life.